I've stayed in Musangsa for about 13 years, since 2000. And it was always it wasn't always easy and sometimes challenging, but always very, very helpful for practice. Because one thing I think that I find that the living together helps is when you start to practice together, we eat together, we work together, something quite amazing happens. Now I think of this place as kind of like home, and everybody here is family. But the other thing, the amazing thing that happens is you start to trust each other. You can rely on each other. And how that happens, I don't know. And one of the interesting things that I read is like this United States Marine Corps. Everybody knows that the Marines, the U.S. Marines, they're like the most elite fighting force one of the most elite fighting forces in the world. And they put people who come to join the Marines, they put them through 13 weeks of training, pretty much like our Kilche, 3 months. And first they come, and then none of them know each other, they're all strangers. But by the time they finish this training, they are like brothers, and they're willing to sacrifice their own lives so that their brothers or sisters may live. And how this happens, they don't know how it happens, but they know it happens. And what they do is this: during these 13 weeks, they put them through this very intensive training where it's designed for them to fail. You have to fail sometime. And the only way that they can get through the training is that if they work together as a team. And sometimes you get these like superstar athletes who are very strong and very capable, and they can do pretty much all the stuff by themselves. And if they do the stuff and then they stand and look at everybody else struggling, after a while, the group will start to exclude them to the edge, until they realize that the only way they can be part of the group is that if they help somebody else who needs the help, or when they need help, they ask for it. So it gets everybody together. And at the end, like I said, they are like a family. And usually you hear these stories of heroic acts, like some guy under enemy fire will go and rescue one of their friends, even though it's like they may die, and they bring them back. And then they always ask them, why did you do that? And the answer coming back is always the same: because they would have done the same for me. So it comes from this being together and doing things together that this trust and sense of family grows. And I think that's one reason why Zen Master Seung Sahn made us do this together action. We don't always like it because we're all from different backgrounds, different cultures. We speak different languages. We have different ways. But he put us all together and put us in this schedule where we have to do things together. And after a while, if we start to do that, this amazing thing, that trust and sense of family and sense of belonging starts to appear. And it's quite amazing. So I must admit, when I was beginning, I didn't really have this feeling either. It took some time. I don't know how long it took. It doesn't happen overnight. And if it doesn't happen after 10 years, you better ask yourself what you're doing here. Okay, but it happens. It takes time, it happens. And there's an old African saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So I think we are here because we want to go far together. So we have to go together. And that's why we are here together, Kilche. It's better to do it together. And you may, I don't know whether you agree or not, but a temple or the Zen center is the easiest place to practice. Some people think, I want to practice on my own. All these people, they're just distractions. But actually, a Zen center, a temple is the easiest place to practice because you have so much support, from everyone practicing together, from having a roof over your head, having your food already prepared, and you don't even have to think about it, and you also have this warmth. And I was just walking, I often walk down the road and past this little broken down house on the right opposite the pond there. I think, if I really wanted to practice on my own, I would have to come here, then see how long I would last. I probably wouldn't last very long. No heating, no food, the windows are all broken, Sleep that night, freeze, and maybe some wild dogs would come and chew your legs or whatever. But no, temple is the easiest place to practice wherever you are, wherever you go.